Willie Waffle, are you stressed, Willie?
It's the holiday season. Isn't everybody stressed?
You're right.
My God.
Yeah, you're right. We're all trying to figure out how can we afford that $1,200 iPhone 10. Holy crap.
Yeah, I know. I mean, my God, it's like you have to choose between a house or an iPhone, and that's a tough choice.
iPhone.
They have the one of the. It might be AT&T. Maybe it's. I think it's AT&T. Buy the 8 and get an 8 free. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
That is a really good deal. Yeah. Well, I know Apple's been trying to push the 8 because there was a fear that the iPhone 10 would so overshadow it that people would just not go anywhere near the iPhone 8.
I found it to be interesting. Consumer Reports just ranked the phones, and the 8 actually ranked, according to Consumer Reports, the 8 ranked ahead of the 10.
That's hilarious.
Well, part of it, if you know Consumer Reports, it's all about getting its cost. Yeah. And so what Consumer Reports is basically saying is the cost is just not, we're going to go with the 8. Yeah. So there aren't so many great benefits that it's worth the extra money.
Interesting.
For the 10. So they say at Consumer Reports. All right, Willie, we are 1 week away from the big movie release. And that
my God, I can't wait.
And that is Star Wars. So
Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
And what is this going to be about, by the way? At what point are we in the Star Wars history?
Well, we're at the point where, after The Force Awakens, our hero Rey is starting to realize she's got some special powers. And they have searched out Mark Hamill because they realize that Han Solo's son, Ben Solo, is trying to take over the world again like the Empire did years ago, and they need Luke Skywalker to step in and maybe save the universe again.
Wow. All right.
But it's going to be a lot deeper than that. I mean, we've got the whole mystery over why did Luke Skywalker disappear for all these years? Who is Rey's mother and father? What the heck are these porg things that we already hate? Yeah, there's a lot going on in the Star Wars universe right now, people.
And you can hear the excitement in Willie's voice. This movie isn't even out yet.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, this is all I've been living for since I saw The Force Awakens 2 years ago. I feel these conflicting emotions. On the one side, I'm so excited that 6 days from now, I'm going to finally see this movie. And then 7 days from now, I will have already seen it. What else am I going to have to look forward to?
You're right.
Christmas. Yeah, really?
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah. You're absolutely right. It's then the real letdown in life actually comes into play. Then he will be depressed.
Wow.
And stressed. All right, so 2 movies this week. Just getting started. This is Tommy Lee Jones and Morgan Freeman, right?
Yeah, and this is a movie that ended up on the Witness Protection Program or something. Morgan Freeman and Tommy Lee Jones, Morgan Freeman playing this, resort manager, kind of this retirement resort, and Tommy Lee Jones, the new guy who's kind of gruff and kind of mean. He plays Tommy Lee Jones like he normally does. And, of course, the two don't get along, but something comes up for Morgan Freeman's past, and the two of them have to join forces to try to save the resort or something or other. I wish I could tell you more. They didn't do any midnight shows. They didn't show it to any critics. They've basically been hiding this movie the best they can, hoping that maybe you and your mom or your dad will just go, I just want to see some movie this weekend, and I like Morgan Freeman.
So you don't even know what to give this movie. You can just anticipate.
I give it an incomplete is what I'm giving it.
How about the and I'm not sure that we have this. I think we do. Disaster Artist. What's this about?
Well, the Disaster Artist is James Franco in the true story of the making of the worst movie ever made. It's a movie called The Room, which has become kind of this cult classic as being just horrible. And we see he plays this character, this real-life character, Tommy Wiseau, who says he's, like, from New Orleans, but he sounds like he's from Eastern Europe. He says that he's young, but he doesn't really appear to be very young. And he doesn't seem to have a job, yet he has the money, like more money than you could ever imagine. And so when he teams up with this friend that he makes in San Francisco, played by Dave Franco, the name is Greg Sestero, the two of them decide they're going to go to Hollywood. They want to make it big. They're going to be massive, huge acting stars, and they have no talent. So then they decide, well, we'll make our own movie. And they don't have any talent to do that either. And we see kind of the disaster that the making of this movie turns out to be.
What are you giving that one, by the way?
You know, I'd say like 2.5 waffles. James Franco is actually really good playing this kooky character who in real life is kind of creepy and kind of weird and totally an enigma. And he brings that up on the screen in such a brilliant way and in a way that, you know, we should be afraid of him and we should not like him. And there are lots of times where he gives us reasons to be that way, but we still want to see what's going on, what's making this guy tick, what's his motivation, where is he coming from? And Franco kind of brings you into all that. I think that the downfall of the movie is Franco, as the director of the movie, kind of says, I want you to feel sorry for these guys towards the end, like they're some sort of tragic characters. And I think the movie has been so funny and so weird leading up to that, that it's hard to see them as tragic characters and try to embrace them. I thought it was just a bad decision.
All right. What are you giving it again?
2.5.
I'll
Two and a half.
2.5 waffles.
2.5. And then the one movie that is out there right now that you gave rave reviews on is Three Billboards. You say that's a great, great movie.
Oh, it's an absolutely amazing movie. It is a must-see movie. You know, the story of this woman whose 19-year-old teen daughter was kidnapped and murdered, and the police don't seem to be making any headway on the investigation, and she starts calling out the police, and she puts up these 3 billboards outside of town, basically mocking the police chief, played by Woody Harrelson, and now everybody's picking sides, and everybody's fighting in this town over whether she's being disrespectful to the police, if the police even deserve the respect, and, you know, everybody wants to kind of taint everybody else's image. It really is a brilliant movie with these shocking twists and turns. I mean, just the imagination to have the things that happen in this movie happen the way they do, I thought was brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, Lady Bird is really great. The story of a young girl, you know, trying to get out of Sacramento, California. If you get a chance to see The Florida Project, another movie that's starting to get some Oscar buzz, about this little girl and all of her friends who live in this rundown hotel or motel outside of Disney World, and just the rotten lives that they have. There's some really good things out there if you get a chance.
All right, and that Coco, too, you say is a really good movie and well worth seeing. So.
Yeah, Coco I thought was a lot of fun. A lot of parents are going, and now when you take your kid, you don't have to sit through the 20-minute Frozen feature that they were playing before the movie. That, you know, all the parents were going, my God, when is the movie going to start? I've been watching Frozen for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people commenting on that. So, all right, Willie, interesting stuff. Before you go to the movies, check out his website. It's at wafflemovies.com. And Willie, we appreciate it. Have a wonderful weekend.
Hey, you too. I'll talk to you guys next week about the greatest movie ever made.
Star Wars week next weekend. So, all right, cool. Thanks, man.